What's up guys, KGC here for another Valhalla guide video. This time I'm going to show you a build I'm working on for range damage and ranged resistance, okay? So smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content such as this. So let's have a look at what I'm working at. So if we go to the inventory quickly, what we've got is the Huntsman's cloak, the Huntsman's torso, we've got the Huntsman's helm, Huntsman's vent-bracers and the Huntsman's breeches. The reason for this is basically it's the Huntsman's armor set. And if you've got all of it, it gives you increased range damage when hitting enemies further than 20 meters away, which turns you into potentially a sniper. Okay, and you get the also the ability additional increase to speed. So what I'm recommending, now we have access to the Rune Forge anyway. You can pretty much use any armor with that ability on it because you can put the increased range damage when hitting enemies further than 20 meters away. You can create that into a rune to then slot into any armor set. We all know that, but I would use the Huntsman's armor because it looks the part. So what we've got is the Needler Predator Bow. Stealth headshots create a sleep cloud around the body, so that's going to put them to sleep. And then increased range damage when close to full health. We've got headshot damage runes on that, on the bow, which will help. We've got the Spear of Leonidas, increase attack, melee damage, range damage and ability damage when having at least one filled adrenaline. Okay, so also a rune on that, you've got increased range damage when hitting weak points, which is really useful, and you've got a headshot damage again and a critical damage rune. So on the armor, we've got range resistance runes, we've got more range resistance runes, we've got range damage runes, you've got more range damage runes and a range resistance rune, and 2 range resistance runes and an evasion rune, okay? I mean, I have just used whatever runes I have to hand at the moment to try and build a range resistance build and damage build, but you can see where I'm going with it. So for the shield, you've got 2 ability runes to make 11 plus 11 ability damage. Okay, you've got increased range damage when blocking a ranged attack, so that's really useful. It's all about range damage. So there we go. I'll show you the abilities I'm using. So we've got, with the bow, you have piercing shot level 2. Okay, you shoot an arrow with enough force to pierce through nearly any obstacle. You've got also Mark of Death level 2. Hold right trigger to mark sighted enemies and you keep holding it and it releases release to let fly a deadly volley of arrows. You can shoot multiple targets. Also you've got Focus of the Nonir. That's only level 1 at the moment. I need to upgrade it to level 2. Use the power of Nonir to aim and shoot at your enemies with full fateful speed. Okay. And finally you've got Knockback Arrow. I need to upgrade that to level 2. Shoot a special arrow that sends the enemy flying backwards. So that's the abilities I would recommend. You've got Piercing Shot, Mark of Death, Focus of Nonir, and Knockback Arrow. Okay, they're all range damage abilities. I'm not going to go into the melee abilities, obviously, because they're nothing to do with range damage. Now, with the skills, you're going to be upgrading the skills as you play anyway, so they just come as standard. I would just recommend picking range damage skills as you can, okay? But the abilities you can swap in and out, okay? So if we go back to the inventory, so let's just recap. You've got the Huntsman's armor, okay? You've got range damage and range resistance runes, obviously. You've got ability damage runes on your shield. You want to be picking stuff that gives increased range damage bonus when hitting weak points, okay? You want to be picking weapons and shields that have abilities that increased range damage and things like that. Okay, so what you're looking at is range resistance and range damage as much as you can get on this build, okay? So there we go. Thanks a lot and thanks for watching.